This video deals with how to store a 2D array in memory. Now first of all, let us recollect what is an array. So array is a collection of similar data types. Means if you are storing integer, then all of the values should be integer. If float, all the values should be float. If character, all the values should be character. And the memory allocation in an array is sequential. Next, let us see declaring a 1D array. That's a linear array. So in this case, first comes the data type, then the name of the array, followed by the size. For example, int marks 10. That means marks is a 1D array that can store maximum 10 integer values. Next is declaring a 2D array. In this case, we can see it is the data type followed by the name of the array, then the row size and column size. For example, int marks 4 and 5. That is, it is saying that it is a 2D array of size 4 cross 5 that can store 20 integer values. Let us understand the difference between 1D and 2D array with the help of the two figures. So in the first figure, we can see the array whose index starts with 0 and goes up to 4. That means a total 5 values it can store. The values are 2, 8, 7, 6 and 0. That means the first element is 2, second is 8, third is 7, fourth is 6 and fifth is 0. So it's a very simple example of 1D array. Now let us see a 2D array. So this is a 2D array. It has 3 rows and 4 columns. Here also the indices starts with 0, 0. So we can see 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3 and so on. Here in these places we can store the values. So it is more of a thing where we can see, we can get a base idea of 2D. Now we already know that array has sequential memory allocation. But in the figure which we saw previously, that is of 2D array, it is very difficult to imagine how this can be sequential memory allocation because it has rows and columns. So to serve the purpose, the array 2D array is basically stored in two ways. First is known as the row major order and second is known as the column major order. And we will see both of this one by one. Now this is the first type. It is the row major order. So as we can see in the figure, in the left side we can see the positions, that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. And in the right hand side we can see the values stored, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 3 cross 3 array. That means it has 3 rows and 3 columns. Now how are these elements stored so that the memory allocation is sequential? So one way is storing the elements row by row. That is why it is called row major order. That means elements in the first row are stored first, that is 1, 2, 3, followed by the elements in the second row 4, 5, 6, followed by the elements in the third row 7, 8, 9. Now in array we know that given the base address and size of the data type that is stored, we can find the address of a given position. Now let us see whether this is possible in this case also. So for index starting with 0, there is a formula which says for array A, if I want to get the address of position ij, then the formula is base address plus I into n plus j into size, where ij is the position that we are asking for, size is the size of the data type that is stored in the array, n is the number of columns, that is it is an m cross n array. So n is the number of columns, that is the number of elements stored in each row, and base address means the first address. And the same formula just gets little modified when the index starts with 1, that is base address plus I minus 1 into n plus j minus 1 into size, where n is the number of elements in each row as usual. Now the next order is column major order. It is very similar to row major order. Just the difference is here the elements are stored column by column. That is, the elements of first column will be stored first, that is 1, 4, 7, followed by elements of the second column, that is 2, 5, 8, followed by the elements of the third column, that is 3, 6 and 9. Now let us see the formula to find the address of a given position. So first formula is for index starting with 0. Aij equal to base address plus j into m plus I into size. Size and base address are like the previous one. J and I are the position and m is the number of rows, that is the number of elements in each column. And the same formula gets modified if the index starts with 1, and it is base address plus j minus 1 into m plus I minus 1 into size. Now let us try to understand the formula of row major order with the help of an example. So it says consider a 3x4 two-dimensional array marks which has its base address equal to 100 and the size of an element equal to 2 bytes. Now compute the address of the element marks 2, 1, assuming that the elements are stored in row major order and the index, it says, starts with 0. So we can see the positions, we can imagine the positions, that it is a 3x4 array, that is what we can see in this green. The positions are 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. So we are storing these positions row by row. And we have also written the addresses below in the figure. Now we will see that whatever we calculate that matches with the address or not. So we have to find the address for marks 2, 1. And we can see from the figure that the address is 118. Now let us see what our formula gives. So base address is 100, size of array is 3x4 and address of the position asked is marks 2, 1. So in row major order, base address formula we already know the formula, that is base address plus 1 into n plus j into size. That is base address here is 100 plus I is 2 into n is 4 and j is 1. So plus 1 into size is 2. That gives 118. So we can see that the figure and whatever answer we got, both of these match. So this gives the correct result. Now let us try to solve the same problem, but when the elements of the array are stored in column major order. That is first 0, 0, then 1, 0, then 2, 0, then 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, then 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, and the addresses are also given in the figure. Now we are asking for the address of position 2, 1, and according to the figure, we can see that it is going to be 110. Now let us see what we get from our formula. So base address is 100, size of array is 3x4, and address of the position asked is 2, 1. Now in this case we are using column major order, so the formula is base address plus j into m plus 1 into size. So base address is 100 plus j is 1 into m is 3 plus I is 2 and size is 2 bytes, so into 2. That gives me 110. So we can see that both the formulas are giving me the exact value that we can see in the figure. So that's all in this video about storing 2D array in memory. So the basic aim was to show you that though it is a 2D array, but still it follows the basic properties of an array. Thank you.